Research actually backs this up. Women tend to prefer a partner who can make them laugh, while men are more drawn to a partner who appreciates their humor and laughs at it. But no matter who's leading the joke, one thing stays consistent. Shared laughter is one of the clearest signals that a romantic connection could develop. Why is that? Humans, at their core, are defined by communication, language being our most advanced tool. But here's something interesting. A baby is able to laugh long before speaking their first word. That's because laughter existed before language ever did. It was a primitive signal used by our ancestors to show they meant no harm, that they were there to play, not to fight, and in the name of science, we're going to tickle them. From an evolutionary standpoint, laughter is a marker of social safety and friendliness. But when it comes to interactions between men and women, humor takes on an additional role. Anyone can act goofy and get a reaction. People might laugh at them, but getting someone to laugh with you, that requires timing, awareness, and quick thinking. It signals intelligence. And as we already know, intelligence is attractive. That's exactly why in certain situations, even a cheesy but creative pickup line can still land. So now the real question becomes, how do you actually make a woman laugh? Well, Scott Dikkers, co-founder of The Onion and one of the sharpest comedic minds, found that every joke falls into one of 11 categories. Breaking down all 11 would turn this into a 1-hour deep dive. I was ready to go there, until I came across research by Jennifer Aaker and Naomi Bagdonas. Their work simplifies everything according to them. Those 11 categories can actually be grouped into 4 main types of humor. Number 1, magnet. This is expressive, energetic humor that makes people laugh without offending anyone or touching sensitive topics. Within this category, you've got 3 styles often used by The Onion: REFERENCES, absurd or wacky humor, and meta humor. Magnet humor works best at the very start of an interaction, but let's be real. Those first moments are usually filled with pressure and nerves. Thinking of something funny on the spot isn't always easy. So here's a method you can actually use: prepare, ask, answer. There are a few questions that almost always come up in conversations. Pick a couple of them and pre-build playful, funny responses. For example, if she asks, "How are you?" you could say, "Honestly, a little too good." It feels like the calm before something goes wrong, but don't force it like a robot. The delivery matters more than the line itself. Timing, tone, and confidence. That's what makes it land. Watch how Kevin Hart does it. He doesn't just tell a joke. He performs it, he builds tension, exaggerates emotion, and then releases it at the perfect moment. Number 2, stand up. This type is still energetic, but now it pushes into more controversial territory. Examples include character humor, parody, and exaggeration. Stand-up humor usually gets bigger laughs than magnet, but it comes with more risk. Back in 1998, studies showed that how funny a joke feels is tied to the power dynamic between the person telling it and the target of the joke. Take Jimmy Kimmel making a joke about Donald Trump speaking oddly. It works because Trump holds higher status. So it doesn't feel like bullying, but flip that. If someone high status mocks someone vulnerable, it instantly feels wrong. The humor dies. The same dynamic applies when you're talking to a woman. If you're the one initiating, she often holds more perceived value, so light teasing can work. But if she's shy and clearly into you, meaning you hold more value in that moment, pushing too hard with teasing can make you come off as arrogant or insensitive. Number 3, sniper. This is where things get sharp, sarcastic, edgy humor that crosses the line, but in a subtle way, according to The Onion. This includes irony, shock humor, and misplaced focus. These jokes rely on what's called the incongruity theory. Here's how it works. First, your brain notices something that doesn't quite fit. It feels off. Then your brain quickly resolves that mismatch, and that moment creates the laugh. Take a line like this from Robert Mack. "My favorite part of the night is when she puts on her nurse outfit and leaves for work without waking me up." The setup creates one expectation. The punchline flips it. That's the incongruity. For this kind of humor to work, your delivery has to stay completely straight. No hint that you're joking, a full poker face. Watch Ryan Reynolds. His humor lands because he says outrageous things with total calm. Like it's completely normal, number 4, sweetheart. This is the safest form of humor, subtle, light, and designed not to offend anyone. It mostly includes wordplay and analogies, according to Jennifer Aaker. This style often goes unnoticed if it's all you rely on. It's too soft to carry the entire interaction, that's why it works best as support. Not as your main weapon, as Jerry Seinfeld once said. It's easier to keep someone laughing than to make them laugh, stop, and then restart again. So, instead of depending on this type alone, use it to maintain momentum, to keep the energy alive once you've already made her laugh. Now let's be real for a second. This whole breakdown is here to sharpen your sense of humor, not turn you into the next Kevin Hart overnight. And if she's laughing way more than your jokes actually deserve, there's a good chance it's not just your humor. It might be that she already likes you, and her laughter is just her way of showing it. And if you want to understand those signals better, the subtle things a woman does when she's into you, there's a whole layer to that you should definitely see.